Alright guys, welcome back. We're in game 3 of Newbee vs VG Gaming, the grand finals of Perfect World Masters. Newbee has been looking really dominant for the past 2 games, and not sure if VG Gaming has what it takes to actually come back against Newbee. They really need to change things either in their draft or in their playstyle. I think in the first 2 games, they didn't really lose because of draft. The draft definitely have the capabilities to take the win. But I feel that Newbee just executed much better, and they executed their draft match better, and VG they were just weren't able to combat against the aggression that Newbee is bringing to them right now. Okay, so let's see. Game 3, the draft is already quite far in. Let's briefly go through the first phase. Newbee, they banned away the same 3 heroes as they did in game 1 and 2, Elder Titan, Bane Elemental, as well as Shadow Demon. And VG Gaming, they took away Omni Knight and TIE Hunter, and instead of the Razor, they decided to ban the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter has been the hero that Newbee has played in both the game 1 and 2 and have quite good success on it. So I think VG felt that it's going to be more of a problem than the Razor and decided to take it away. With the first pick on VG this time around, they go back for their Undying, one of their most old school classic pick, I would say. VG is probably one of the only few teams that actually still prioritize this hero, and Newbee, they go for Ogre plus Phantom Lancer. Okay, so Ogre is a hero that Newbee picked in game 1 as well. Very strong in laning phase. I think he's one of the few support heroes that can actually match up against the rotations of Undying. In terms of the lane matchup, both heroes are very, very strong in bullying somebody out of the lane. So yeah, it's a good answer to the Undying. And in game 1 as well, I think Newbee was the one who picked Ogre and VG picked the Undying. So both teams feel that these 2 heroes are very strong openings to their draft, and they really just like to play around these two very strong position 5 heroes. Newbee, they went for the early Phantom Lancer here, which is very interesting. Like, we almost don't see it, but I would say that since they're 2-0 up against VG Gaming right now, why not try something different? So the PL here, very interesting pick. VG Gaming, they go back for the Queen of Pain right here. Usually I would say it's a deny pick to SCCC, but the fact is they're going to the second phase and they can easily ban this Queen of Pain out if they don't want to play against it, unless they feel that they have other priorities to ban, like they ban the Bad Rider and Death Prophet, very reasonable bans. But somehow I feel that if that's the case, it might be better for them to actually pick up the Death Prophet and ban the Queen of Pain. So I'm not exactly sure why they choose to go for Queen of Pain here. Maybe they have some plans in mind, and especially after the PL has been picked up by Newbee, Queen of Pain is not exactly the best hero against a PL. If you are laning against him, PL can very easily dodge the Shadow Strike, or even in the team fights, PL has a lot of capabilities to dodge Queen of Pain's spells with his Doppelganger. And if Queen of Pain gets Orchid, PL is a natural Mensa builder and he's not going to be affected by it much as well. So very interesting approach here by VG Gaming. Newbee, on the other hand, they banned Monkey King and Seven, 2 very strong position 1 heroes in the current meta. And Monkey King with the Battle Fury build is actually really strong against PL as a carry. So these 2 bans are very targeted towards carry counters to PL. Newbee, they go back for their KP Spark, which he has known to be really very strong on the hero. And it's one of the few heroes that can work pretty well against the Queen of Pain. A very timely Silence or a very timely Dream Coil can actually spell very make it very difficult for the Queen of Pain to actually make his way in the team fights. VG Gaming, they go back for the Spirit Breaker. Then again, you see, the heroes of Newbee, they are very strong against this kind of heroes like Queen of Pain and Spirit Breaker, where they want to cast single target spells. Spirit Breaker, you want to charge into a ultimate, it's all single target. And then Queen of Pain as well, Shadow Strike. All these are quite, and Sonic Wave and Scream of Pain, they are all dodgeable by PL's Doppelganger and Park's Phase Shift. So very interesting choice of heroes by VG Gaming right here. Park is not the easiest hero to gank when you are Spirit Breaker, because when you charge him, he can easily just opt away into Phase Shift and then just join, and there's nothing much you can do actually. Newbee go back for Kaka's best hero, he's Sand King. He's not very well known for that hero. He's Sand King and Nyx Assassin, two of his best hero. Natural position 4 right now, and I think it's very very strong. VG Gaming, they go for the Morphling here on the position 1 Paparazzi. Right now, Newbee, they have lockdown for Morphling, but usually lockdown on Morphling is not enough. Usually you need to silence him, plus you need to burst him down. If not, he'll just strength morph his way out of it, and with his waveform and with his new morph ability, he can actually play around and be quite elusive. And the AA last band from VG Gaming is actually mainly because AA is a very strong hero against Morphling. When you get hit by Ice Blast, you don't really want to strength morph because you just take more percentage based damage. Newbee, they ban away the Beastmaster, saying that VG Gaming actually lacks an offlaner. From what I see right now, VG Gaming, they have a very strong early game lineup with the Spirit Breaker Undying. They have Undying is not so mobile. He's just very strong in a certain lane, and Spirit Breaker can put on multiple pressures on multiple lane at any point in time during the laning phase. Like, you need to be afraid that, is he coming to my lane? Is he ganking me? Warding needs to be very good on the side of Newbee, and all these plays from the Spirit Breaker, the Undying, the Queen of Pain in the mid game, all these are meant to create space for the Morphling. Morphling is one of the strongest late game carry for the longest time, and it's a very decent carry against the PL as well. Like, PL is strong against Morphling in the sense that if he gets Diffuser, the mana burn might be quite strong, but it's very difficult for PL to get on top of the Morphling, and Morphling can easily split push against Newbee's lineup. Yes, they have the Sand King, they have the Puck, but as I mentioned, they have like Spirit Breaker, they have Queen of Pain to create a space and to actually like back up this Morphling in the times of need. Which is why this Legion Commander last pick by QB is so clutch. And they decide to switch things up and put SACC on the mid Puck and KP on this offlane Legion. As I mentioned, they need something to lock down this Morphling, and Legion Commander is actually one of the best answers to do that with his duel. And now they can follow up with the silence from Puck, with the Sand King stun. Before that, I say that the lockdowns were not enough on Morphling, but right now with this Legion Commander, it's definitely going to be enough. VG, they went for the Darkseer on Young 11. Not very sure. Like, why Darkseer? I mean, I understand it's a strong laner against a melee core like PL, but even then, I don't think he's going to achieve much in the lane against Ogre and against a Sand King. Yes, it's 3 melee against Darkseer, which usually is good for the Darkseer, but there's nothing to combo with him. There's no like Sand King stun, there's no Nyx stun, there's no Earthshaker Fissure or something to go up with Vacuum Wall. So right now, this Darkseer, it feels to me like it's going to be a very utility role. He's going to get a mech, he's going to maybe a pipe. He's just going to get very utility items for the team fighting of VG Gaming to play this 4 protect 1 role for the Morphling to get fed. Very interesting draft from VG, but among the 3 drafts from game 1 to game 3, I would say their current draft focus a lot more on the laning phase than on the counters to the opponent, or in terms of the teamfight capabilities. In game 1 and 2, they focus a lot on teamfight capabilities, but not so much on the laning powers, and Newbee were able to punish that because of their strong laning into their good mid-game decisions. So this is a switch up that VG felt they are forced to do it. They go for early game early game laning powers instead. On the Spirit Breaker, the Darkseer, the Undying, and the Queen of Pain, all these are very strong in the early game. They are going to be able to match up to Newbee's laning phase this time round. Whereas Newbee, they are just their draft is just very standard again. They really very comfort picks, very got team fight, there's pushing, there's decent laning. So on Newbee's draft, the fact that they are forcing VG to adjust to their playstyle, it's a good sign for them in its own. And I feel that if the game is even and goes to the late game, I think it's going to be very very close in terms of who wins. And VG definitely have the better potential to come out ahead in the laning phase this time round as compared to game 1 or 2. That being said, Newbee has been looking very strong, and I'm still going to slightly favor them in this game. They have very strong lockdown team fights pick-offs in this matchup with the Legion, the Sand King, and the Puck. Ogre can buff up the Legion, can buff up the PL with his Bloodlust. And all in all, it just feels that VG is very all-in on this Morphling. Yes, King of Pain is very strong, but imagine what the King of Pain is up against. One misblink and he's just gonna die. Like, there's a Puck Silence, there's Legion Duel, Sand King Stun. There's just so many things up against this King of Pain that I'm not sure if he's going to have a good game. And then the synergy on VG's gaming side is not as good as they usually have. I feel like they're being taken out of their comfort zone, and just because of that, I'm going to slightly favor Newbee. That's all for Games 3's draft analysis. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you guys think of it. If you have any comments, just leave them below. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, and hope to see you guys for more of my draft analysis as well. Thanks for watching.